I cut the check, I cut the check, I cut the check. Tell my niggas we up next, so we up next. She shot a text, she shot a text, she shot a text. Kill the I might put the different day, put a nigga on that same shit. I've been ballin' with my niggas, Kevin Cambridge. Oh, you drippy, but you better tuck your chain quick.
Alright guys, we back with another episode. Today I decided to do a little thing I seen off another podcast. I'm gonna name who I think is a contender for the NBA title and who I think is a pretender now. A contender is somebody that'll be like, okay, like they can actually win the title. Pretender is like somebody that I feel like is just they're in the NBA bubble for no reason. Because I just don't see no way at them getting towards the title at all. I mean, every team has a chance. It's the NBA. Anything can happen. But I just don't see some of these teams that's there to even they can give people some run. They can challenge people. But as far as upsetting any people, I don't really see a lot of teams doing that. And then it's just some teams that's just here for no reason. I don't see them doing nothing. Either they're too young, too old, or they just don't have that amount of talent to do anything. But before I get into that, I want to say it's something that just happened that's real good is that all the players that's in the bubble, none of them have coronavirus. So that's really good. And they just said that Pat Connaughton is he's a shooting guard for the Bucks. I don't think he's in the bubble, but he got the coronavirus. But he's coming to Orlando in a week. Russell Westbrook, he just had the coronavirus last week, and he came in today. So we're starting to see that the bubble is a safe place for everybody to be at. So hopefully it keeps going like that so we can finish this season, and then all the sports can look at it and be all right, we just got to keep our players in a tight space so nobody can get the virus, and then all the sports will come back. But I don't know, that's just a great thing to see that nobody has a virus. Now we don't know about the staff, the people that's there, the staff, the office, the people that's giving the test. We don't know nothing about them, the janitors for the hotels, the chefs. I'm pretty sure all of them have to get tested because they can interfere with a player and give them the coronavirus, and that can stop the whole league. So we don't know about that, but I know that none of the players have it. So that's really good. That's really nice to see. And I want to talk about something else before I get into this. They've been talking about it but the NBA awards that I talked about last episode, MVP, Defensive Player of the Year, Rookie of the Year, all that, they were saying that they're not going to do that for this second half. So for the first half of the season from October 24th, I think, to when it stopped on March 11th, they're going to do the MVP of that period, the Defensive Player of the Year of that period, Rookie of the Year for that period. But none of this after the when the NBA bubble, none of this is going to count to that voting. So everybody's thinking, I seen a lot of people thinking LeBron has a chance to win MVP, and I'm bro, LeBron, he's one of my favorite players. I have a lot of respect for LeBron. I used to dislike him because he joined the Heat, and I was a Kobe fan, so anything against Kobe I was against. But when he won the championship in 2016, seeing him crying after he won, I was bro, that's hard work, and that's somewhere I want to be. I want to be that one person to just work hard, and when it all pays off, I wanted to cry tears of joy because I worked hard for it. So I gained a lot of respect for him, and that's what he wanted to do. He wanted to go back to his hometown and win the championship, and he did it. So I respect him, and I still do. Now he's one of my favorite players. He's on my team, so I love him. But he's not even in the running for an MVP. If LeBron was averaging 30 points, 15 rebounds, 6 assists, 1 block and 1 steal, he would have got unanimous MVP. And those are Giannis stats. He averages those stats. But it's a debate for some reason. He's doing this on the best team. And they're dominating everybody. They beat the Clippers by 30, and that's supposed to be the best team in the league. And they beat them by 30. Bro, I don't think this is an argument. This is LeBron does not have an argument to me. Yes, he's still doing great. I think he's averaging 26, 10, and 6, I think. Something like that. And we're the second best team in the league. But if LeBron was averaging 30, 15, and 9, all the NBA analysts, all the NBA stars, all the the reporters and stuff, they would have been like, "Oh, LeBron's about to win unanimous MVP because it's LeBron." But like when it's somebody else, they don't want to give it to him. Like it's like I can see like it's some favoritism to LeBron, and like I understand it's LeBron. It's like one of the most famous people in the world. Like he's been here for so long, and he's 35, putting up good numbers at 35. But Giannis is averaging 30, 11, and 15 after coming off an MVP year. And all the stats that he had last year, they're way better this year. He's shooting a lot this year. He improves his game. He can win Most Improved Player of the Year. But, like, he's not going to do that. Because like, he improved, but, like, it's not a big improvement like Brandon Ingram, Bam Adebayo, or some other players. But, like, he improved. And this team that he has this year, after they lost Malcolm Brogdon, he improved. And, like, it just made everybody on the team better. Like, they're a way better team than they was last year. They have a way better record. And people keep saying, "Oh, if he doesn't play, the Bucks will still be an 8 seed." Okay, but he's playing. Like, that's not a valid argument to me. He's averaging 30, 15, and 9. Bro, that's crazy, bro. And for a person that can't shoot, he just dropped to the basket, 30 points. That's amazing. 15 rebounds as a power forward. That's amazing. 6 assists as a power forward. That's amazing. Like, come on, bro. That's MVP and the best team in the league. Most valuable player on the best team in the league. That's Giannis. So I don't feel like this is an argument. I'm confused. And I'm like, bro, it's definitely favoritism because if LeBron was averaging those stats and the Lakers were the best team in the league, he would have got unanimous MVP. He would have got it. And like I'm like, bro, like y'all being so biased. Like Kendrick Perkins keep talking about, "Oh, LeBron's not MVP because if you take Giannis off the Bucks, they would be an 8 seed. If you take LeBron off the Lakers, they wouldn't even be looking at the playoffs." Kendrick, shut up, bro. Like he says so much dumb stuff, bro. That's not an argument. Like he should not be on TV, bro. That is not an argument. That is not an argument at all, bro. Cause like, it just don't make sense to me, bro. And like I just feel like if the roles were switched, people would easily be on LeBron's bandwagon like they are now. But like they would be like, "Oh, there's no chance." Like I feel like it's no chance. Like LeBron can get some votes, but like, bro, Giannis is MVP. I want to say he's unanimous because LeBron had an amazing season, but like Giannis is MVP, bro. Giannis is having a way better year than LeBron, and it's not even close to me. So I don't know. I think people getting distracted by his age, by his name, by LeBron like his name. So like I don't know. I don't think it shouldn't even be a competition, but I think it's time to get into my list. So I'm gonna start with the pretenders, the people I just feel like they're just there for no reason, like teams that I feel like they're there, but like they're not gonna do nothing. So I'm gonna start. I'm gonna name this group. I'm gonna name these teams as a group: the Kings, the Suns, the Spurs, and the Wizards. I feel like they're there for no reason. Like Kings, Marvin Bagley just got hurt today, so like he keeps battling injury, so I don't think he's gonna play. De'Aaron Fox got hurt last week. It's supposed to take him 2 to 3 weeks until they can reevaluate his ankle. So I don't know, like if he's gonna play. Then other than that, you got Buddy Hield, Harrison Barnes, Bogdanovic. Like this team's not even that great when they're healthy. Like they were doing really good. Don't get me wrong, they were doing really good when the season was ending. But like this team, what are they doing? Like they're not gonna do nothing. I don't even know why they were invited. Yes, they were 2 games behind the AFC, but like the Pelicans or the Blazers getting that spot. I don't see them jumping over the Pelicans, the Blazers, and the Grizzlies. Like I don't see that happening. Also with the Suns, why are they here? Like they are a team that shouldn't be here. They have to win almost every game, and every other team in front of them has to lose almost every game. That's not happening. And again, anything can happen, but come on, that's not happening. That's not. And like, come on, I'm happy they're here though. Don't get me wrong, because I want to see Devin Booker go for like 40 a game, because like he can do that. Like, because he wants to be in the playoffs so bad, so he can easily get 40 a game. That's nothing to Devin Booker. That's nothing. But I don't know. I don't know why they're here. I don't know. It's gonna be cool to watch. I want to see as much basketball as I want, so I'm happy that they're here. But like, shouldn't be here. Now the Spurs shouldn't be here. That's another team that just shouldn't be here. I don't even know what to say about the Spurs. LaMarcus Aldridge not playing. DeMar DeRozan's had an okay year, but like, nah. DeJounte Murray, he's had an okay year, but I give that to like Popovich. he's still on a minutes restriction. So I don't know why he's only playing 25 minutes a year when y'all just pay him. I want to say 18 or 20 million a year. So, bro, I don't know how to stop this. But yeah, y'all just pay him heck of money, so I don't know why he's on the bench. But the Wizards, another team that shouldn't be here. Like the East, they should only have 8 teams in the East. I guess they just had to put a team in there to make the numbers match. But like the Wizards not gonna do nothing. Now they're definitely not gonna do nothing because Bradley Beal's not playing. So like nobody's gonna watch them unless you're a big Rui Hachimura fan. You're not gonna watch the Wizards. I'm gonna watch them because I want to see basketball. But it depends on where they play. If it's the Wizards versus the Spurs, I'm not watching that game. That's the game that I'm not gonna watch. That would be the worst game I've ever seen. It's not enough talent, not even interesting to watch. So I don't know. I'm just not watching that. But yeah, they shouldn't be here. If anything, oh my gosh. If anything, they should have put the Bulls over them. I don't want to see the Wizards. Now, if John Wall, Bradley Beal was playing, I would want to see them, but they're not. So now I'm gonna get into teams that like they can do something in the playoffs, but like and it's nothing. They're not winning nothing. But let's start off with the Blazers. So they have Damian Lillard, C.J. McCollum, and now that the hiatus gave them like 5 minutes to rest, now they got Nurkic back, Whiteside, Zach Collins back. So like they look good now. Melo looks skinny, 33 looking like old Melo, 20-year-old Melo. So like they look good, but like they're not gonna do nothing. But I did say they have a chance to upset the Lakers because I just feel like when Damian Lillard and C.J. McCollum is going, nobody on the Lakers can stop them. Like it's nobody on that team that can stop them. So like I'm just like saying like out of all the teams that I'm about to name above them, that's going to be the AC. I feel like this is the main team that can actually do something with where they're going to face in the playoffs because like they have a superstar in Damian Lillard, and then you have a nice co-star in C.J. McCollum who is just a scorer, a bucket. Like we seen it last year in Game 7 of the semifinals. He was unstoppable. Like nobody was guarding him. So I don't know. They can mess with us, and then they got big men to like counter our big men. We have Anthony Davis. They got Whiteside. Now they're not on the same level, but like Whiteside is an elite defender, and Anthony Davis is an elite offensive player and defender. So like he can guard him. And then they got Nurkic and we got Dwight Howard. Like we're pretty even on big men. They just have that number one big man, the top 5 player in the league, one of the greatest of all time at his position. So like, but they have the big men to stop us, but like I just feel like when it comes to those guards going crazy, I don't know what we are gonna do, who we're gonna put on him, because Avery Bradley's not playing. Yes, Danny Green's a good defender, but like he's getting older. Like this season, his defense wasn't that good as it used to be. Danny Green used to clamp down, but like it's not that good no more. And then who do we have on the bench? J.R. Smith, Alex Caruso, he's decent on defense, but he's a good player. Deion Waiters, like they're not defenders. They're not like defenders that can stop Damian Lillard. And mind you, not a lot of people can stop Damian Lillard. But I'm just saying, like when him and CJ are going crazy, I don't know what we're gonna do. Next, I'm gonna go to another young core. I'm gonna put them in groups 2, the Pelicans and the Grizzlies. So these are the teams that are fighting for that 8th seed again on the West. But like I said, I just don't see them. They can't do nothing. Like it'll be very, very exciting to watch. Like if John Morant was to face LeBron in round 1, that's exciting. And plus the Grizzlies, I think they beat us this year. But come on, it's playoff LeBron. They're not playing. They're not messing with him. But I'm just saying, like the Grizzlies are a fun team to watch. John Morant, up and coming star. Jaren Jackson, up and coming star. Alan Tunis, like they're a fun team. But like I don't want to see that. I'd rather see Zion and Brandon Ingram go against LeBron, because like that would be cool if you got Brandon Ingram and Lonzo going crazy against the Lakers, because that's their former team. But that would be cool. And then you get to see Zion versus LeBron, since the media likes to compare them so much. I don't know why, because their games don't match each other. They're just big big people that had this publicity since they were in high school. So I guess you could say that compares. But everything else, like their games don't match each other at all. I don't know why that comparison is so up there, but that would be a fun series to watch. But I just feel like this team, none of these teams can really do nothing. Like I said, it would be fun to see them play the Lakers. But like if any of those teams was to go into the playoffs, they would have to play the Lakers, and they're not doing nothing with the Lakers. That's just how I feel. But the next team is a team that I feel like can actually give a lot of teams like run. I don't think they can beat like the Lakers or the Clippers or the Mavericks, like the upper echelon teams. But like they can go and they can take care of the Nuggets and the Rockets for you. Like they can beat them, so you won't have to face them in the next round. But like I'm saying, like the Thunder, they're a good team. CP3's having a comeback year, playing like the old CP3. Elite defense, elite offense, and then you got Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, Dennis Schroeder. They both improved tremendously. Dennis Schroeder's like amazing off the bench. I think I said in a past video, averaging 19 to 6 off the bench. That's amazing. Then you got Shai having a great year, averaging 20, giving you great defense, and then you got Danilo Gallinari and Steven Adams, a good front court. So like they have the lineup to like mess with teams that's up there, because like their leader, great. Then they got following stars behind them, Danilo, Dennis, Shai, Steven Adams. So like they can do something in this league. I mean in this playoffs. But this team is weird because like coming into the season, everybody was thinking like they're gonna be a rebuilding team. CP3's only gonna be there for 2 months. Danilo's only gonna be there for like 2 months until they can get traded. But now this team's a playoff team. Chris Paul's an all-star. Like everybody thought Chris Paul was done. Everybody looked at that contract like the worst contract, and it still might be. He's getting paid $40 million a year as a 36-year-old point guard. That's still a big contract, but he's still an all-star, and he's still one of the best all-stars. It's not like he's no slouch. Like D Wade was an all-star his last season. Not to be disrespectful or nothing, but like he wasn't doing nothing. He was a slouch. Dirk Nowitzki, Kobe, like they weren't doing nothing in their last years to be an all-star. But like CP3 is still elite as a 36-year-old all-star. So like they're weird. They're weird. I was surprised to see them here. Like I was surprised to see them in the playoffs, but they're a fun team to watch. And like I said, they can challenge big teams. Like they can challenge the Lakers or the Clippers if they were to play them, but they won't beat them. But they can beat the teams. Like I said it earlier, I didn't think they can beat them, but they can beat the Mavericks. They can beat the Nuggets. They can beat the Rockies. Like they can beat teams that's up there. But my next team is the Nuggets. Now the Nuggets are a pretender, so I'm just naming all the pretenders right now, East and West. But the Nuggets are a pretender because like they're just too young. They're too young. And, like, they need that one piece. And, like, you can put that piece anywhere. You can put it at the 4. You can put it at the 1. You can put it at the 2. You can't put it at the center. Jokic got that locked down. But, like, you can see that Jamal Murray is, like, inconsistent. So, like, you can, like, easily flip him if you want. Gary Harris, like, he's not going to be there next year. I don't think so. I think they're going to get rid of him. They don't really have a 3 because they're not trying to put Michael Porter Jr. at the 3. Paul Millsap's getting old, but, like, he's still elite on defense. So, I understand if they was to keep him. But, like, they can get better at every position except the center. But this team is a really good team, and I just seen something that scared me a lot. Jokic is small, and he was running the point guard. Now, Jokic he usually runs the point guard. But, like, he usually, like, slow. He was running full speed up the court because he got skinny, and he was dominating in practice. Off the little clips they were showing on the NBA Instagram page, he was dominating in practice. And then the one other thing that happened is they put Bol at the small forward. If you don't know who Bol is, a 7'3" KD. KD is 7 foot already, but 7'3" KD. A dude with handles. And I think his reach is like 8 foot, so long. But
still a blue face king. Benjamin Franklin come daddy and queen. I know my haters hate to see me.
Bol and Jokic in the same lineup at the same time, that could be their piece that can take them to the next up, along with Michael Porter Jr. But that right there, Bol, he was hurt, so he didn't play nothing this season. But they said they're going to play him in the playoffs. So that can be their piece that can put them over the next level, which could be amazing. And they just showed a clip of Jokic running the floor, posted somebody up, and I was like, bro, he's running hella fast, bro. I've never seen Jokic run this fast. And then he dumped it off the ball, and he just dunks it hella long. I gotta find that clip, but like that's crazy, bro. If they plug that lineup in, oh, imagine Jamal Murray, Michael Porter Jr., Paul Millsap, Bobo, Jokic, like that lineup's scary. So this team along with the Thunder, they can challenge the big teams, but like I don't see them being. They're there for a reason, but like I don't see them winning the championship at all. But they're a fun team to watch. They're one of the funnest teams to watch. That's not a word, but they're one of the best team to watch. My next team is the Pacers. So they're having a great year. Sabonis having an all-star year. Victor Oladipo said he's coming back this year, so that's something to look forward to. What else? Malcolm Brogdon was having a good year in the beginning of the season. He started to fall off, like started to shoot terrible, and like he's one of those guys that's 50, 40, 90. That's like elite shooting all across the board. He started to shoot terrible, but he started to pick it up at the end of the season. But this team's not a title contender. Like what they just need is they need a star over Victor Oladipo. Like he's not that main star to go and get to a championship, like to take a team to a championship. He's a good enough star to like take you to the second round, which he should have did a couple years ago, but they got cheated. I'm not gonna go into that, but he should have did a couple years ago. Like he's gonna take you a little bit into the playoffs, but like he was having a bad season this season, and I give it to him. He did have a bad knee injury last year, so I give it to him. I'm not gonna hate on him too much, and he's one of my favorite players, so I'm not hating at all. But he's just not that star to push you over the hump to be a contender. But he is that star to where you can challenge any team in the league. But you won't do that for 7 games. Like, he's not going to challenge the Bucks, the Celtics, or the Raptors. Like, he's not going to be that person that can put you over that hump against other teams. But they look like they're getting it together. I just feel like they need that one piece, and that piece should be at the center of the 3 position. So we'll see what they do with that, but they're a good team, but I don't think they're ready yet for a championship. Now this one might throw people off guard, but I think the Rockets are a pretender. They're not winning the championship. They had high hopes. They have 2 top 10 players in Harden, Westbrook, and those are championship level players that have been to the NBA Finals before. Mind you, they were young. Now they're way better, but like they're championship level players. They got nice 3-and-D wings. Daniel House, Robert Covington, PJ Tucker, Ben McLemore. He's having a most improved player season. He's starting to shoot the lights out. But the big thing for this team is like they can have all this scoring, but on defense they're getting killed. They got Rocco, elite defender. I give him that. PJ and Russell Westbrook, they're cool defenders, but when they face Jokic, when they face Zion, when they face who's another center in the West, when they face Steven Adams, like you can give him a bucket in the paint. Like when they face these elite big men, they're gonna get killed. And like I said, Rocco, he had some times where he was looking good at the center position, but come on, bro. Like if you put him against Zion, bro, Zion's killing him. And that's one thing I forgot to talk about. Zion left. He had a family matter. He left the bubble. So, hopefully he's back. They said they don't know if he's coming back. So, I don't know. Zion might not kill. But hopefully he comes back. I want to see him come back. But other than that, I hope the situation with his family is fixed first. Family over basketball. Family over everything. So, I hope that gets fixed first. But, yeah, I hope he comes back. But like I said, when they face these big men, they're going to get killed because they don't have nobody over 6'7". So they're going to get killed. So I just feel like they can't. Like, I forgot the biggest big man, Anthony Davis. Like, they're not going to do nothing against Anthony Davis. He will kill them. He will. So I just feel like, yeah, they got all this scoring. They got subpar defense. But, like, when it comes to facing Jokic, Zion, Anthony Davis, you're going to get killed. So I don't know. I don't see them as doing nothing in the playoffs. They can make it to the semifinals, conference finals, but they're going to get killed. by a big man. Fuck it. I don't know. I just don't see them doing that. But this is right here. This is a team I'm high on, the Mavericks. Now, I'm honest, and I know they're not a contender yet. But next year they have a chance to be a contender if they get either a good big man next to Kristaps Porzingis, or they just get a 3D wing that can go get his own shot when you put Luka and Kristaps on the bench. Like if they had Harrison Barnes, that's not like somebody big, but that's like a perfect person that they could have used that they shouldn't have traded, because a 3D wing, elite defense. Well, I wouldn't say elite, very good defense, and he can get a bucket for himself. But that could have been a push that could push them to a contender. But I don't know, maybe that's a stretch. But you got Luka this year, he's an MVP candidate. You got KP coming into his own, starting to look like the all-star Kristaps Porzingis we seen a couple years ago. Then the supporting cast is so good. Maxi Kleber, Seth Curry, Tim Hardaway, Dorian Finney-Smith. Like, they're all having career years. So, like, this team has it. Like I said, they will go on a run. I'm predicting it. They will go on a run. I just don't think they're ready for a championship yet. If they win it, I'll be cool. I want us to win first. I want the Lakers to win first. Don't get it twisted. I want the Lakers to win first. But if the Mavericks to win, it'll be cool because the narrative. I'm a big narrative guy. Like, let's say Luka last year, Rookie of the Year, this year, MVP candidate, first time All-Star, getting you averaging the triple-double, then he wins a championship. Like, that narrative automatically puts him into one of the best players of all time, and this is only his second year. So, like, that narrative would just be amazing. So, that's just something I'd like to see, but that's not going to happen. But this team is just one shot away from being a contender. And this team right here, this next team, it is the 76ers. Now, this team has contending talent. Ben Simmons, Joel Embiid, Tobias Harris, Al Horford, Josh Richardson. Like, they're big, but, like, scoring, they're good, but, like, other than that, just no shooting at all. And I talk about this team a lot. I just don't think this team fits together. And they gave Tobias Harris and Al Horford hella money, and, like, that's not working. Like, they thought if they signed Al Horford, nobody would be able to stop Joel Embiid, because Al Horford used to clamp Joel Embiid up in the playoffs. It used to be crazy. Al Horford and Marc Gasol used to clamp Joel Embiid up. But I guess they thought if they take Al Horford, like, nobody's gonna be able to stop him. But, like, this team supposed to be a 1 or 2 seed. They're a 6 seed. That's unacceptable, bro. This team has talent from top to bottom. They found out Shake Milton's a great player. Like, they got talent. Brett Brown's not a bad coach. It's just the way this team's put together is not there. And, like, this is one of those teams, like, they're really confusing. Like, if the 76ers was to lose in the first round, you wouldn't be surprised. But if they was to make an Eastern Conference Finals, or hell, fuck it, a Finals, like, bro, you would not be confused, because they have the talent to make a Finals, but they also are not a good team. Like, they're not a good team. They have talent, but as far as being a team, they're not a good team. They don't match together at all, and they're not a good team enough to even go far in the playoffs. But if they was, you wouldn't be surprised. Like, that's confusing, but, like, it's true. Like, if they was to go far, you wouldn't be surprised. If they was losing the first round, you wouldn't be surprised. So that's crazy to me. That's crazy. But this team is great. Why did I say that? This team's not great, but this team has the talent. I just feel like they got to get shooting this year. They got to get somebody other than Joel Embiid that can get their own bucket. Ben Simmons talking about he going to be shooting now. We heard that before. You just said that in the beginning of this season. You showing all these highlights of you shooting. You only shot 3 threes this year. Like, come on, bro. I love you, Ben Simmons. Like, I love Ben Simmons. Like, start shooting, bro. Because if you shoot, you will be a top 5 player, because everything else is elite. So start shooting. Start getting in the gym, which you are doing. But start putting it in the game and not just saying, well, I'm going to shoot. I'm going to go crazy. But do it. Just do it. But my next team, and this is the last team I think is a pretender. I think the Heat are a pretender. Now, like the 76ers, they got contending talent. They really do. Like Jimmy Butler, Bam, they're all-stars. Bam's having a most improved player of the year. Jimmy's being one of the best leaders in the game. And, like, people used to always call him cocky, arrogant, selfish. And now he's a leader. He's really a person that used to want to score 20, 25 a game. Now he's like, as long as my other people, my young people doing good, and I'm just helping them, giving them assists. Now he's a playmaker now. Like, he doesn't really care if he scored, but, like, they just showed a video of him going crazy in practice. So, like, he's still showing us, like, bro, I could give us 20 to 25. Like, come on, I'm Jimmy Butler. I'm Jimmy Butler. Don't play. But, like, he's not really worrying about that this season. He was playmaking, elite defense. He wasn't really scoring that much. Like, shooting was bad. He was bad at shooting. So, hopefully he comes back and be a better scorer. But this team just, I don't know what they're missing. I guess another person that can get a bucket, but Kendrick Nunn and Tyler Hero showed that. And I guess they're young. And, like, the Heat, I'm not going to lie, the Heat are a team that always wants to win right now. So I understand them if it was to trade Tyler Hero, Kendrick Nunn this season, because they want to win right now. And it's understandable, but I don't know. I think y'all should just let this rebuild fizzle out. Even though they're not really rebuilding, like they're almost there to be a contender, but like, let Tyler Hero, like, let's say he goes crazy in the playoffs, I'm like, don't trade him. Or if you trade him, his trade value is high, I guess. So like, go get Bradley Beal, go get Devin Booker, like, at least get somebody that's up there. But like, if you're going out here to trade them for freaking Spencer Dinwiddie, don't trade them. Don't trade them. Let them grow. Let these young players grow, because they show real good talent. Kendrick Nunn could be a real good shooting guard because he's not a point guard. Doesn't really play make like that. Tyler Hero does look like baby Devin Booker, like smooth, just like Devin Booker, on and off the court. If you know, you know. They're both smooth as hell. But like, just let these young talent grow. What's his name? Duncan Robinson, one of the best shooters ever already runs off of screens. You gotta chase him the whole game. I would hate to do that. Chasing his little tail around the whole court all game, because all he does runs around screens, and he play good defense. Bam Adebayo, most improved player. Like, y'all got the talent. Just let it grow. I don't like this team. I don't want this team. I like this team. I don't want this team to break up. So we'll see. But experience. If they get this experience this year, like, that can go a long way. But I don't feel like they're ready for a championship now. But into my contenders. This team, everybody did not think was a contender. I talked about the team last week. This team going into the year, nobody looked at them as a contender. But the Raptors, they're right back in the damn, I'm stuttering. They're right back in the championship. Well, they're right back in the championship running. Like, they could go back to back, and I wouldn't be surprised. They lost the top 3 player in Kawhi, lost Danny Green, and like I say, he's just that glue guy. Like, really impactful, a great leader, can shoot, can play good defense. So like, they lost a lot, and they didn't get nothing back from it. Like, they didn't trade those players and receive players back. They didn't receive nothing. They got Ronnie Hollis Jefferson, Stanley Johnson this season. Whoa. But I didn't think they were going to be in the playoffs. I didn't even think they were going to get an 8 seed. They're a 2 seed. Fred VanVleet, Pascal Siakam are playing out of their mind this season. Fred VanVleet was a player last year. You look at him already. His free agency is going to be the next following year. He's going to get $11 million. But like, now he's playing out of his mind. Fred VanVleet is going to get teams that's going to give him $20 million easily. Teams going to give him $20 million. So impactful, playmaker, defender, scorer. He's only like 6'1", like hard. He's a dog. Like, that's the person he says is a dog, because like, it's that hard. Like, he's a great player. Pascal Siakam, talked about him a lot. Improves. That's all he does, is just improve. So I'm stupid for not thinking he's not going to be good as a number 1 option, because that's all he does is just gets better. Then Kyle Lowry's still doing what Kyle Lowry does. Elite defense, elite playmaking, a great leader, can score when you need him to. Then you got these big men that is old as hell but still going crazy. Marcus Gasol, Serge Ibaka, still elite defenders, can lock down your big man. So, and then you got Nick Nurse doing what he does, which is crazy. Is making these little guys, Matt Thomas, Terrence Davis, Norman Powell, Ronnie Hollis Jefferson, just make them great at what they do, which is being a great role player. So this team's like, they can upset anybody, and like, this is the perfect team to go against Giannis, because put Pascal Siakam on him, he gets past Pascal. All right, now you got to get past Serge Ibaka, Marcus Gasol. Like this team's perfect for the Bucks. Like they can beat the Bucks. I wouldn't be surprised if they beat the Bucks again, and I wouldn't be surprised if they won the championship. That's another story that's like, bro, the Raptors, they're not supposed to win a lot of games this season. They just lost their star. They just lost Danny Green. They were supposed to be like an A seed. Now they're a 2 seed. Oh, now they won the championship. Like, that story is crazy. That story would be crazy. But my next team is the Celtics. Now the Celtics was a team when you look into the season, you thought they would be a very good pretender. Like, you didn't really think they could contend, but Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown went crazy this season. Had most improved player type seasons. I don't know why they're not really talked about winning that award, but I guess not. But their top three, Jason Tatum, Kemba Walker, Jaylen Brown, like all averaged over 20. So that's amazing. Then you have your third player is averaging 15. Your fourth player is averaging 15, and Gordon Hayward. And people forget, if Gordon Hayward didn't break his hand again, bro, Gordon Hayward would have been an all-star this season. He was having that type of season that Jason Tatum was having now. Now, it wasn't that great. Like, Jason Tatum was going crazy. But Gordon Hayward was averaging close to 21 points. So, like, if Gordon Hayward would have played up until all-star, he probably would have been an all-star with Jason Tatum. But now that he came back after he broke his hand, he noticed, all right, I got to take a back step. I'm not the best player on this team. Jason Tatum's going crazy. Jaylen Brown's going crazy. So he took a back step. But, like, he's still averaging 15, which is amazing. But he was averaging 21 points. Like, Gordon Hayward is still there. But this team is crazy. This team crazy. Marcus Smart, Jaylen Brown, elite defense. And then people sleep on Daniel Tice. Like, everybody says they need a big man. Like, all right, they probably do. But, like, this big man they have right here is perfect for that team. A great pick and roller, can shoot, can score. Not can score. Well, he can get his bucket sometimes. But can shoot, can roll to the paint, can get that alley hoop, and he plays really good defense. So, like, this team, they don't really need a big man to me. Like, they have a great big man. And then, bro, if you need a big body, put Taco in the game. Like, Taco is not bad. He's 7'7". He's not that bad. Yes, he might be slow, but, like, you put Taco on Joel Embiid. Joel Embiid's not bodying Taco. People sleep on how big Taco and strong Taco is. He's not bodying Taco. Then they have one of the best coaches in the league, and Brad Stevens, one of the smartest coaches. So, like, this team can go anywhere. And, like, they have a lot of lineups where they can also upset the Bucks. So, I don't know. Hopefully they just figured it out during quarantine, especially through these practices. I hope they figured out their big man lineup, because, like, they got good big men. Daniel Tice good. Taco's pretty good. And that's Cantor. He had an amazing playoffs last year, and he was not drinking no water. I think he's Turkish, so they were doing Ramadan. I think that's what it's called. So he wasn't drinking no water in the middle of a game, and they played like a 3 overtime game, and he couldn't drink no water. I don't know how he did that. And I think he had a double-double. And he's a double-double machine. When he starts, like, he can get that. So this team's pretty good. But this is my third contender, and yes, they are the best team in the league, but I just feel like these LA boys, it's better than them when it comes down to it, because they have the 2 best players in the world. But KD's hurt, don't forget that, but I'll go into that later. But they have the 2 best players in the world. But my third team is the Bucks. So yes, best team in the league. Yes, Giannis is MVP, stepped up his game crazy, made everybody around him better. Yes, Chris Middleton is having an efficient year. Yes, they lost Malcolm Brogdon, but they gained Dante DiVincenzo, Wesley Matthews. Like, they're being all-stars in their roles. Yes, they got Coach Bud, one of the best coaches in the league. And, like, they have a deep team. Yes, that. But we cannot just ignore the fact that when it came to, like, a big game last year, you didn't know where Giannis was at. You didn't know where Chris Middleton was at. Like, you just can't ignore the fact of that. Like, you can't ignore, like, this team, when Kawhi stepped it up, when the Raptors stepped it up, they got 4-0. I can't ignore that. And, like, we've seen Giannis go to the playoffs and lose. lose against the Celtics team 2 years ago that they should have beat. They didn't have no Kyrie. They should have beat that team. So Giannis is like Lamar Jackson to me, like a young player, but like he dominates the regular season, MVP, but hasn't showed it in the playoffs. When Giannis shows that he can go crazy in the playoffs, and now, mind you, he did good the first 2 rounds, but them rounds was like we already knew they were going to dominate. But when it came to the rounds where you had to show that, all right, I'm the best player in the league. I just won MVP. I'm the best player in the league. You couldn't find them. Year before that, you couldn't find them. They lost to the Celtics. So I want to see Giannis and Chris Middleton. First I want to see Giannis show why he's an MVP and why it shouldn't be a regular season MVP. I want to see him be a all season MVP. Regular season and postseason. I want to see him be an MVP throughout that. And I want to see Chris Middleton be what he's doing in the regular season and the playoffs too. Because he's having a great regular season. 50, 40, 90 club. Being very efficient, good defense. But we seen last year in the playoffs, he was very on and off. One game he'd go off, 30 points. Next game, 6. Come on, Chris. You're an all-star. Like, come on. We got to see consistency. And I know that Eric Bledsoe is having a great year, but like what he did last year was crazy. Shooting 28% from the field. Like, we just got to see this team not be dominant in the regular season. We need to see that in the postseason too. That's something we really need to see. But my second to last contender is the Lakers. So yes, I put the Clippers over the Lakers, but it's close. It's really close. Might be recency bias, but it's really close. But the Lakers, we got playoff LeBron. I already told y'all about 2018 LeBron, the best player I've ever seen in my life. Unstoppable on everything. And he was just crazy. 34, 9 and 9, 1 block, 1 steal, 53 from the field, 70 shooting efficient from free throw lines. Crazy. He's going crazy. But we've seen that basically carry that team to the finals. And now he really doesn't have to do that. LeBron can take breaks in the finals, and that if you give LeBron breaks, that's scary. Because you give LeBron breaks, now you have another elite person on the floor, Anthony Davis, who also has Frank Vogel right behind him, who's an elite coach that doesn't get a lot of credit for what he did for this team. He deserves a lot of credit for what he did to his team. But you put LeBron on the bench, now you can have Anthony Davis run this team for like 4 to 5 minutes while LeBron's on the bench. So this is probably the best player that LeBron ever played with. You can argue that I guess D Wade was really good, but Anthony Davis is a different monster. A different monster. But this team is good, but like I said, we're gonna have trouble against guards. But they're also going to have trouble against us. Our bench is not really that good, but like when they play one of our stars with Anthony Davis or LeBron, they're really good. Like I think I was watching the podcast and I think they said our best lineup is LeBron, Alex Caruso, Caldwell Pope, Anthony Davis, and Dwight Howard. And that's a really good lineup. So like we have a decent bench, but like our bench going to kill us a little bit because they can be consistent on and off. And now we just added JR and Deion Waiters, so like, bro, that's the same players, and I don't know why we did that. But that's going to be fun to watch when it gets there. And I hope LeBron comes out like 2018 LeBron, because that man was a monster. And Anthony Davis showed that he can be good in the playoffs. They swept the Blazers. They almost beat the Warriors that year. So we have all the pieces to win the championship. Great coach, great 2 stars, decent bench, but they're great when they play with our stars. So we'll see with that. But I feel like the team that's going to win the finals this year is the Clippers. It's just, man, they too deep. Kawhi, Paul George, Montrezl Harrell, Lou Williams, Pat Bev, Marcus Morris, Reggie Jackson, Joakim Noah. I mean, he's not that good. But Joakim Noah, Landry Shamet, like that's a 9-man rotation. Ivica Zubac. They traded him. It is so deep. Bro, their bench can be a starting lineup. Like, You can throw out Reggie Jackson and Lou Williams and I don't know who the three is, but then you can throw out Montrezl Harrell. Like, you can make that a bench. And like, oh, that's so deep. And then they got playoff Kawhi. Kawhi stepped up in the playoffs last year. And he was probably hurt the whole playoffs because I think he just got hurt before the playoffs. But he was averaging 30 points in the playoffs, 3 assists, 9 rebounds, shooting efficient from the field. It's going crazy in the playoffs. And right next to him, you got PG, another top 15, top 10 players. Like, he also does his things in the playoffs, even though he hasn't really been good the last few playoffs. Well, his team hasn't really been good, but like he's been there. But like he's still top 10, one of the best scorers, one of the best defenders. Then you got 2 20-point players on the bench and Lou Williams and Montrezl Harrell. Like, come on, bro, that's cheating, bro. Like, they have 4 20-point scorers on their team, and then they have, you could say 5, because when Marcus Morris was on the Knicks, he was averaging 20 points. They have 5 people on the team that can average 20 points. So, fuck it. Paul George, Kawhi Leonard, they have an off game. They have like 4 points, both of them. Then you got Lou Williams, he got 25. You got Montrezl Harrell, he got 23. Marcus Morris, he got 19. Like, bro, scoring, elite. Defense, elite. Coaching, elite. Everything is elite with this team. And it was a stat that said when Pat Bev, Lou Williams, PG, Kawhi Leonard, Montrezl Harrell, when they all played, this team is 7-2. Because they haven't played a lot because Kawhi and Paul George, they've been hurt a lot this season. So, but when they played, it's 7-2. So, like, nobody's messing with them. That's basically what they're saying. Nobody's messing with them. So, I don't know. We'll see with this team. They're probably win the championship. It's crazy. Like, let's say this. LeBron's coming up the court. He's like, hey, give me a screen. He has Kawhi on him. You give him a screen. Now you got Paul George on you. Another elite defender. All right, give me another screen. Now you got Pat Bev on you. Another elite defender. All right, give me another screen. Now you got Marcus Morris on you. Another elite defender. Like, bro, we can't win, bro. Like, you're just throwing elite at LeBron. Like, bro, come on, man. Bro, this team is crazy. So deep, bro. So deep, man. But I don't know. We'll see with this team, man. But hey, that's it for my list, man. It was really nothing that really happened in sports this season. Like, I mean this week. Like, I guess Chris Jones from the Chiefs, the D tackle, he got a contract worth $85 million. I don't know how much he got guaranteed, because you know football they get guaranteed money, some guaranteed money. Like, their whole contract's not guaranteed, but like I said, he got a contract. But other than that, that's really it. Players are doing vlogs in the NBA bubble. Like, we got Matisse Thybulle and the JaVale McGee doing vlogs. So that's cool to see. Like, it makes you feel like you're at the bubble. Like, you get to see what they do. They get to wake up. Like, they show them get tested every day. They show the practices. They show the off-court activities. Like, they're going fishing, swimming. Like, it looks fun. Like, it looks like a resort. Like, I would like it. I don't know why they're complaining at first. Like, the food did look a little nasty, but come on, man. Like, just some people got worse growing up. So I wouldn't really care, but other than that, it's not really that much to talk about. So I guess that's it. See you guys later. That was alright, guys. So when I was editing this video, I seen that I forgot to talk about the Nets and the Magic. Now, that should basically just let you know that I think they're a pretender. Like, the Nets, they don't have their 2 main free agents in KD and Kyrie, but we all know if they did have those free agents, that they would be a contender, because you can't have 2 top 10 players and not be known as a contender, especially these skillful player, one of the most skillful players of all time. And then the help is good. They got Spencer Dinwiddie, Karis LeVert, 2 good scorers. Spencer Dinwiddie's having an amazing season, underrated season. You got Jared Allen, a young center coming up, and he's getting taught by DeAndre Jordan, a former decent Greek center. So they're gonna be a contender next year. So I just forgot about them. And then the Magic. The Magic, I talk about them all the time. Like, I just feel like they're just doing this for no reason, making the playoffs for what? To just not to be an AC and like get a top 14 pick when the talent you have is like y'all would be losing a lot, and y'all would have like a top 10 pick, top 5 pick, and y'all can like get a main player to like make y'all better than what y'all think y'all are. So I just feel like they just gotta embrace the rebuild, send away Vucevic, Aaron Gordon, because y'all just drafted Jonathan Isaac and Mohamed Bamba. So like you're holding them back by having these two players that's better than them at the same position. Like I don't feel like Aaron Gordon's better than Jonathan Isaac, but that's another conversation. But yeah, I just wanted to talk about this. So